Essential responsibilities come with firearms ownership. As a firearms owner, you must ensure that guns in your home are stored securely, inaccessible to children, unauthorized persons, or individuals who may be at risk of harm to themselves or others, including the risk of suicide. Simply hiding a gun in a drawer, closet, or similar location is not safe, as studies have shown that family members often know each other's hiding places. Proper safe storage involves multiple safeguards that create barriers against unauthorized use. It also means adapting your storage practices when situations change, such as when a child is coming into the home or someone in the home is experiencing emotional or mental stress. If you feel uncomfortable with or unable to accept these responsibilities, we strongly urge you not to own a firearm. There are multiple ways to store and protect firearms safely. Full-size gun safes are ideal. Remember to keep the key or combination secure and inaccessible. Lock boxes offer reliable protection, with some models limiting access via electronic or biometric locks. Trigger and cable locks can provide additional level of security. A cable runs through the barrel or action to prevent loading or firing. These require a key or combination to unlock. Always use these as an added precaution, not as a substitute for secure storage. Gun cases offer affordable solutions for concealing, protecting, and legally transporting firearms. For added security, gun cases should have an external lock device. Regardless of the method, always store firearms unloaded, and ammunition should be locked separately. Your safety plan must be evolving and ongoing, considering your and your family's safety needs. Firearms kept for security reasons must be fully controlled at all times. It is essential to take note of key safe firearms handling factors. First, treat all guns as if they are loaded. Next, do not point the firearm at anything that you're not willing to destroy. Keep your finger off the trigger until your sights are on the target. Finally, be sure of your target and what is beyond. Sporting guns should be unloaded before entering the home, cleaned immediately after use, stored securely upon return, and never loaded while in the house. When guns are removed from storage, they must always be carefully checked to ensure that they are unloaded. Remember, ammunition must be stored under lock and key and kept separately from guns. Educate all family members about firearm safety. Keeping a firearm for protection can be counterproductive if it endangers your family or visitors. Nationally, half of all suicides involve a firearm. In Utah, that rate jumps to 85%. Easy access to firearms increases the risk of suicide threefold. Putting time and distance between a suicidal person and a gun can save a life. There are 3 precautions to consider when family members exhibit warning signs of suicide. Lock. Change the locks and ensure that the keys or combination are inaccessible. Limit. Lock guns and ammunition separately, or don't keep ammunition in the home. You can also remove critical parts like a slide or firing pin and store them off-site. Finally, remove. If you are concerned about yourself or others, the safest approach is to store guns away from the home temporarily. Why isn't locking at home as safe? Even if someone other than the at-risk person holds the key or changes the combination, locking devices can be defeated, some more easily than others. There are several options for off-site storage. Friends or relatives who are gun owners might offer to store your guns for you. Under Utah Safe Harbor law, a gun owner or spouse may also store their guns free of charge with law enforcement if they believe someone at home is a danger to themselves or others. Additionally, many storage facilities in Utah allow gun storage. Make sure guns are stored locked and unloaded. Many gun ranges offer affordable locker storage. And finally, pawn shops. Firearms can be pawned temporarily, typically with low loan amounts and monthly interest. If you are at risk, please store your guns off-site. Any strategy that creates a delay between you and a gun during a suicidal crisis will help keep you safe. If we're alert to signs of suicide in friends and family, we can save lives. Be on the lookout for these warning signs. Suicidal ideation or talking about wanting to die. Feeling hopeless or like a burden. Increased use of alcohol or drugs. Acting anxious or agitated. Reckless behavior. Withdrawal or isolation. And dramatic mood swings. Take these warning signs seriously and take action. Please note that people who struggle with depression, substance abuse, or other mental health issues, especially during a significant crisis, face a higher risk of suicide. This conversation may seem challenging to initiate, but often the request to store a friend or family member's gun off-site is well received. It is important to remember that specific individuals may be legally restricted from owning firearms by state or federal law. These restrictions may be temporary and, in some instances, permanent. They apply to felons, those unlawfully using controlled substances, individuals convicted of misdemeanor domestic violence, persons under protective orders, fugitives, those adjudicated mentally defective, undocumented individuals, dishonorably discharged military personnel, and those who've renounced their U.S. citizenship. Protecting your family involves more than preventing accidents or attacks. Responsible firearm storage is critical, especially in homes with children, restricted persons, or those at risk of harming themselves or others. Please do everything you can to secure your guns. Thank you.